It's Dylan's KC Barbecue at 4 Valley locations. Our sports bar in Arrowhead is packed with TVs for the ultimate sports fan. Our Wildlife World Zoo location will have you on the edge of your seat, dining right next to our 60,000-gallon shark tank. Dylan's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor has never-ending sunsets, beautiful people, and live music every weekend. And our newest location, Western Trails Ranch, is 12 acres of rodeo fun and live outdoor concerts for the entire family. It's Dylan's KC Barbecue, where we're elite, unique, and memorable.
This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with...
Welcome to the She's So Right show. Conservative women being led by Christ to stand for what's right.
Meet your hosts, Lindsey Graham, labeled the Patriot Barbie by the leftist mob. She is a proud author and advocate for freedoms and conservative values.
Brandie Barclay is a powerful Christian voice on Faith Talk Radio, the founder of Power Soul, and a certified life coach.
Guys, get ready to say it way more than you're used to.
She's so right.
Starts now.
Freedom fighters, are you tired of giving your hard-earned money to big corporations who use their power against us? The more money we give them, the more power they have. We are done. As conservatives, the best and most effective way to vote is with our dollars.
We are also committed to shopping products that are cutting edge and toxin-free for a healthier lifestyle. Next time you need daily essentials for your home and body, or are looking to drastically improve your skincare and health care with superior collagen and supplements, go to www.shesorightshow.com and click Shop Our Products. Get instant access to our favorite things that will revolutionize your home, your health, and how you do business in the USA.
Use our shopping link to get $10 off your first order. Go to www.shesorightshow.com. Follow us on Instagram at shesorightshow to find all our promo codes and discounts.
What's up, guys? Welcome.
Hey, freedom fighters.
Today we're so excited. We're going to go full mama bear. We've talked about pretty much everything on the right. Transgender, traditional marriage. Have we covered vaccines? Well, we're anti-COVID vaccine.
Well,
I don't know if that needs to be said.
We do talk about that. I feel like almost in every show it kind of pops up because it's just, you can't get away from it right now.
When you go down the rabbit trail of like all the stuff that's angering, I don't want to say pissing off.
No,
pissing
it's
off the right, that's one of them. Is like the nonstop. Literally, I've gotten to the point where I'm walking through Walmart and I'm yelling, propaganda, propaganda. I don't care who hears me because it's so ridiculous. I'm shopping for Christmas. I made an Instagram video about this. Literally, silent night, holy night. And then, have you gotten your COVID-19 vaccine? Visit our clinic for free. And I'm like, dude, you're interrupting the Christmas spirit to try to put a needle in my arm.
Oh, my gosh.
Last I checked, that was...
Well, I've had a talk with Matt last night. We were at dinner, and I've been feeling so heavy. And I feel like if I feel this way, and I'm, when I'm not feeling heavy with politics, I try to be completely consumed with God and his goodness and who he is and what he's doing. And if I feel this way, I have to imagine that this is the reason the suicide is up, depression is up, all-time highs we're talking about. And, I lay in bed and it's like the wet blanket feels like, oh my gosh, I get up and I told Matt, from now on, I'm making a commitment to not getting up and getting on my phone.
Oh,
because it is such a drain. Yeah. I mean, you wake up, but it is my instinct to go grab it. Either like, okay, what time is it? Whatever it is. What time? It's usually just what time is it? Where do I have to be in a half an hour? What's happening?
Yeah.
But then I look at it and, it is exactly what it's been designed to be. A little trap.
Pops up.
A little trap that sucks me in. Yep. And I thought, you know what? No more. Like I'm going to have a normal alarm clock like in the 80s.
Oh, wow. This is going to work out poorly, by the way. She's not going to look at her calendar.
This is the glory days right here for Brandie. So total old school, get up, actually get outside, work out, have my own thoughts that might actually be creative and stimulating and good, have some time with God, get my butt in the gym before I pick up my phone. so that I have something to bring to this rather than just letting it suck the life out of me.
I'm not going to commit to anything like that.
I have to. I have to because I'm starting to get like I've literally for 5 days what's been ringing in my ears, and this hasn't happened in years. What is wrong with me? Like, what is this heavy feeling?
We're watching the demise of our nation.
Yeah.
And more so than, let's say, it happening, 10, 20 years ago, social media and the news and our phones are so acceptable and accessible.
Consuming.
That you can see it anytime, all hours of the day. And we're watching 5 to 10 different massive falls. We're watching about sex trafficking. We're watching about our insane fake president with his fake set. We're watching vaccines be pushed. We're watching kids be kicked out of restaurants in New York for not wearing masks, 5-year-olds. Like, all these different things are happening simultaneously that are horrifying and terrifying and tragic, and they are on our phones, like, at any given moment. Of course we're depressed. And here's, of course we're stressed out.
Right?
Imagine, we don't even believe
I have to laugh or I'll cry. For real.
Yeah, we don't even believe the propaganda, right?
No.
Imagine what it's like for people who actually believe the who think all of these things are happening, and they're also going to die of COVID. Like,
well, that's
imagine
why there's
suicide.
people. Well, this is what's happening. This is why there's, a couple weeks back, there was a woman spitting on a man in an airplane because she's completely bought into this man is going to kill her.
Yeah, she spits on him.
No, right? But I'm saying,
Help me make sense
I
of
know
it.
it doesn't make sense, but it's the fear. It's the massive fear.
And that's what the intention is.
Absolutely.
When you get that hysterical, you create this violent chemistry between people.
Can I just ask something really fast? If you're that afraid
Why are
of
you on an
someone
airplane?
without a mask, why are you on an airplane?
Right.
It's
the germ central.
Take your life into your own hands and stay home. Why are you spitting on someone else for your decision to get on an airplane?
From the very beginning, that has been like the confusing thing is if you're so scared for your kids, if you're so scared you're going to die, why in the world are you out in public in an airplane where there's like no whatever?
Yeah, because it's everyone else's responsibility to baby you. And that's a joke. And the other thing is, I don't know, I can't count on my fingers how many people I've heard from personally who've had the jab and have gotten COVID after 1 or 2, or how many boosters do you need, you guys? I mean, what are we talking about? A vaccine? Okay, the argument is, well, there's no more polio. I'm like,
it worked.
It worked. This is not that. I mean, let's really think about it. If people are still getting COVID, then and really, I'm looking at the symptoms of the new. Whatever it is, it's the cold symptoms. I mean, it's winter.
I could have
winter
it right
just
now.
hit.
According to the
I think
symptoms,
you and I are both
currently have
probably.
it.
You and I are super spreaders.
My nose is
probably
running,
right at this
so-
moment. I have a hot water because I have a scratchy throat. God
Oh
forbid.
my gosh, we have Omicron. Okay, so now they're trying to vax kids. They've masked kids. They've had kids out of school. Our guest today, MacKensey Pulliam, her husband is a gubernatorial candidate in Oregon. And I saw MacKensey for the first time on a press conference because she was, I think, the first mom in Oregon to stand up and say, I'm going to fight for our kids. I'm going to do something about this, not just keep my own kids home. I'm going to bring other moms into this fight. And the fight is in Oregon because a lot of people are looking at Oregon saying we don't want to end up like that because Oregon's so rogue with their mandates and their craziness. Like, they're right behind New York. And I'm proud that there is someone that saw the stupidity of it all from the very beginning and has said, no one else is going to fight for our kids except us. So Mama Bears, we've got MacKensey Pulliam on the other line. MacKensey, I'm going to welcome you to the show and then I'm going to read your bio, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Hey, okay, so MacKensey Pulliam.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Hi.
She's the president and co-founder of the Oregon Moms Union, a nonprofit organization of parents providing statewide leadership to parents to advocate for a student-first education system. She is a working mom to 2 daughters who attend an Oregon public charter school and is married to Sandy, Oregon Mayor Stan Pulliam, who's running for governor. winner of the Clackamas County Distinguished Service Award alongside her husband. She serves on the board of a local nonprofit, Sandy's Helping Hands, and was previously a member of the governing school board at her daughter's charter school. So, you are an involved mother.
I am, and I feel like over the years I've tried to not be as involved, but I think right now it's just I feel like we just can't stand by and just allow them to do whatever they want with the education system anymore. Like, as parents, we've got to fight back.
Yep, and they're going kind of crazy in Oregon. What was it that first triggered you to start the Oregon Moms Union? Was it the masks? Was it the CRT? Like, this was like a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah. Well, so we started back in April of 2021. So it feels like a long time ago, but it was, 8-9 months ago.
Okay.
And honestly, there was so much frustration leading up to this. I've got 2 school-age children who had been through, the end of the 2020 school year where they did virtually nothing.
Yep.
And then they brought them back into distance learning for 2020, 2021. And it was just, it was awful. I remember that first week, there were parents and kids literally like on Zoom with my daughters, like crying because it was so hard. And I feel like everybody kind of got used to it and parents kind of got okay. And then in April, when, it was finally time to get kids back into the classroom, when other states had been back in the classroom for months, the government teachers unions, who allowed their members, the teachers, to cut in front of the line for vaccines in front of, the elderly and the most vulnerable, then decided, oh, no, we're not going to really come back. We'll come back a couple hours a day, and that'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's like we're facing a year of learning loss. And it just honestly was one of those things that, I saw so many parents on social media who are, frustrated and complaining, but there was no organized effort to just do something about it. And so me and a couple other frustrated moms were like, we need to get parents organized. We need to come together because together, we can really try to make an impact and have, impact positive change, because that's what these government teachers unions do. They organize like crazy. I'm like,
exactly.
We need our own union. And I actually said this line in a video on the 1-year anniversary of, closing schools, that if our kids had a union, they would have been in school months ago, which is so true. And so we started the Oregon Moms Union. We fought to get our kids back into school. And we actually ended up, at one point in time, Governor Brown was trying to shut down businesses again. And we actually joined into a lawsuit with other small businesses and parents to try to get her, her executive order, thrown out and try to get things back to normal. And while we didn't win the lawsuit, within 24 hours, she changed the metric for small businesses, and small businesses were open back in Oregon. So we'll call it a victory.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Is totally a victory.
It is a victory.
We have to take a quick break, Kenzie, and then can I call you Kenzie?
You have a nickname now.
I've nicknamed you. We'll be right back, and then I want to talk about the lawsuit. I want to talk more about you guys organizing and what your union is doing for kids in Oregon.
Hey, Freedom Fighters, you're back. The She's So Right show with Brandie Barclay and Lindsey Graham, and we have a special guest today, MacKensey Pulliam. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Pulliam, who's leading the charge for our kids in Oregon against mask mandates and stay-at-home education. Tell us a little more, MacKensey. What happened with the lawsuit? And maybe you said it wasn't a win, but it really was. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, definitely. Our lawsuit ended up getting thrown out because technically they said that as an organization of parents, we didn't have standing to, fight for the rights of our kids.
Isn't that crazy?
Imagine that.
What is going on there? Like,
I think
what
that's
is
a
going
separate
on?
lawsuit.
It is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Jeez, it just makes me crazy.
The one thing that our lawsuit did do, and at the time, all the metrics were based on like COVID cases. And as soon as we filed our lawsuit within 24 hours, Governor Kate Brown changed the metric to business opening and how open they could be to a vaccination percentage. And that actually allowed businesses in all the counties